Let's go, fellas. Hey, let's go, defense. Hey, let's go, defense. Let's go, D. Right here, right here.
Stop ball, stop ball, stop ball. Who's contained, man? Nice! Nice! Other way! Nice! Woo! Good job, White! I think Red's gonna give us the most competition. Every time you look over there, Red's fit.
Boom! That's all, you ain't worried about that. Let's go.
Too damn fast. I like him, man. I told you this guy, I think he played somewhere. This guy.
That's all right. Let's get it right here.
Flies to the ball, man. That's good.
Fourth down, D. You know what's successful about that? Yeah, it was fourth down play. Very nice play. Like, okay, you want to let the corner jump, you know, the low route. Had nice little walk on the ball.
A freelancer, huh?
Yeah, that's an easy read for the safety. That's the most nice kick!
Nice!
Hey, way to go, White!
No, we paid up there and I didn't even get it.
Did you hear any talk that they would adjust on Friday who plays who if there's two teams that are...
Run it, run it, run it.
Did you hear any talk that they would adjust on Friday who plays who if there's two teams that are...
Here he comes.
Come on. I think I'm going to go grab keep wanting to run this in a minute, you know? Other than that one time we found back to that.
Cover the snaps all the time, don't they?
Whoa. Come on, line! Get outside, get outside, get outside, get outside.
Did a good job of stringing that out.
Yep. No!
Get off the field, defense. Get off the field, defense. Get off the field. What you still on the field for? Get off the field. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Wow. You got a pretty good arm. Get over the top!
Wow. No help.
Gotta put Jordan over the top.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's all. That's all. That's all. Get off the field, defense. Get off the field. What y'all still on the field for? Get off the field. There you go. 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 There you go.
DB got another crack out on him. Good. Good hustle on his part.
Hit it up in there. Hit it up in there.
String him out, string him out, string him out.
There you go. Go with it. Go with it. Boom.
14. What?
Oh, come on. Go. Hold it. Get it to him again. Get it to him again. Get it to him again. Get it all back. Get it all back. Play action gonna be devastating.
Should be at safety on me.
There you go. Get it all. Get it all. Get it all.
Penetration here. Come on, penetrate.
Go, Jordan. Come on, Jordan.
That way to be determined. 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 He was not going to be stopped short of that fourth down.
Come on, Jordan. Get off the block.
Sit up in there. Sit up in there.
Nice, Jordan.
Go
Good job, Jordan!
Hey, that's what we're talking about, shooting down those legs.
That's how you do it, D-Line.
That's how you take him down.
Attaboy, Jordan!
Let's go, man up, defense. No! He fumbled! He fumbled!
He got off the field quick.
Still would be moments there. I just say we blew the scoring opportunity right there, man. Try you throwing your fade route now. Pass. Oh yeah. This can't be good. This can't be good. That's
What in the world?
Yeah! Yeah! That's all. That's all. Good job.
What?
Whoa.
What do they got to lose? Talk to them. They could do that all day long, right?
Maybe that's where the ball went straight up in the air. Another way to be in the mix. Score even anyway. 7-7. Pass! Oh, wow.
Oh, horse go! No.
Yeah, they're running some plays.
That whole mix-up started at 5.
And yes, they got the ball and they're on the 10-yard line. Yep. I think I'd try to run a couple plays no matter what.
That's it. This is it. They either get 5 and this will be it. Nice. No, running back!
That won't stop the clock.
Come on, back! Score against Red.
Score against Red was 20-14.
You guys?
No, Red was up 20.
Then if they're gonna do that, if they're gonna do best against best tomorrow and switch things out, they should be Red and Blue.
Red and Blue kind of still. They've got
That blue,
red and silver more.
coach on the,
So they were talking about doing it. Yeah. But he's gonna make sure the whole blue is in the
Right now.
right now.
It did say light was gonna come.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but our boys are getting dominated.
So watch out for the landmines.
I'm not.
There's quite a few of them around here.
White better figure it out. Come on.
Did Silver beat them yesterday?
White one. You guys.
White was on yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today, man. Sleep.
Not to sleep again.
Yeah, it's in the poop. Watch out for it. It's all over. I'd walk straight down because it's not down in that area.
Come on, D!
You don't want to hit nobody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
You don't want to hit nobody. He just fell.
Yeah, he did.
Safety, you got to be ready to contain that. 18, you got to force that back inside. Get up there! Nice!
Good job, good job.
Let's go, White!
We're putting Jordan in passing situations. Come on, jump that, jump that.
Good wing that ball.
That's good.
You got something like that. Why pulling them from the sideline? Put them out there to start, man.
Well, we got lucky on that.
That was a heck of a pass.
Well, that's a great pass, yeah.
Right where you want it, just maybe a yard too far in there.
Looking at.
So you got the same play, and the kid goes to the corner. Who does the safety go with if somebody runs the post?
Yeah, yeah.
See what they can do on offense.
Give it to him, give it to him. Go, get some yards! Come on. Go get them yards! Watch them linebackers, Jordan.
Come on, go forward.
Come on, White. He's going to be returning kicks for us and everything.
That was clearly a busted play. He was looking to pass, and we were blocking down.
Let's go! I think that guy's going to have a stroke before this stays over.
Tailback. I was just looking at my number.
That's how they scored the first time.
Baby.
That's like one of those Antoine Boldens. Go up and get it.
Good call. That poor little guy in front of him.
Boy!
I don't think he would have jumped any higher. There you go. No one like that. Just keep getting on the sideline.
You got Jordan for the secondary, coach! 14 didn't want to get in. He's hiding over on the sideline.
Come on, get him, get him, get him.
Nice move.
Kick it!
You know what? One thing you can kind of clearly see, it seems like Red's
It's like white side of the field over here, watch. Jordan had him covered. Good job, Jordan! Way to cover him! Way Pick him up! Uh-oh. 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 That might mean we win the Jamboree. Oh. If Silver's still doing good over there.
Hey, I like it, Dante. Let's go. Show your speed. Let's go, Gage. Let's go. First down to me.
Nice! Nice! Good job, Tebow!
Back down. Wide open.
Come on now!
When you come off that route, you got to turn it up the field. With that big back there. Come on, son.
Oh, they might bait him up again.
Let's go, son.
Are you serious? Go get it, go get it, go get it.
Should've kept going. Who are you scheduled to play on Friday, David?
Come on! Ah!
Oh boy. Right side!
We need a big stop.
Go deep! Here you go, son.
Look how late. DBs, you're getting there too late! Way too late! Good job, Jordan!
Hey, let's get a stop right here, White!
Right? And we were
This
close
is a good
enough
way to run
pull
time
that
off
in,
the clock.
Anything.
Right, but I mean,
We should have at least tried to kick a field goal at least, you know.
right. I'm just saying, but
If we're tied up right now, this is our red team could beat us. Oh, what's the score? We're down.
we're down by 1 point
down
because
by-
of the field goal. I mean, because of the extra point.
So maybe if they're gonna mix it up according to talent, maybe what, blue and red?
Nobody's shooting in contact, nobody's rushing it.
Come on, 2-7!
All right, David. I gotta run around for you.
All right, buddy.
One play!
Couldn't get it lined up.
Sun's out now, though.
1-1, tied 1, lost 1. I guess if they're gonna do
So
that,
did we not win the blue game?
why? It was tied, wasn't it?
We picked the point from yesterday.
Did they count in the point from yesterday?
Oh,
We scored
yeah.
a touchdown.
Either way, it was still either 2-1 or 3-1.
Well,
No, one of the blue parents was telling me, oh, they started the game over that touchdown from yesterday didn't count. I'm thinking, really?
why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Oh yeah, so if we've been as tied in here, that point should have counted from yesterday.
Well, sure. I mean, he and I were thinking we won the blue game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even.
take away that touchdown away, it was still
Yeah.
up there.
And you know what? It's not
And
our
we
fault.
won, and we beat the silver,
Have fun tonight.
and we lost.
All
So
right,
it
buddy. Thank
should
you for coming, man.
be more 2-1, shouldn't it?
We should have been out there more.
Yeah,
But
well, that there should actually take away field goals that game right.
Yeah, but they kicked that field goal. Though.
Yeah, but you take that away because you can't even rush it, so how can you really count an extra?
You need one more?
Okay, the white guys are getting off the bus right now. Ryan is somewhere.
The big boys here pretty soon. But I can't thank you enough for being here. This is great to see all the red, white, and blue in here today, of course, on the 4th of July. And, you know, this is the U.S. National Football Team Development Games and Celebration Dinner. And we've got coaches and players from all over the United States. And I just think this is neat. It's cool. You can throw a lot of other adjectives in there. But for me, this is really kind of special. Not only it was I grew up here, I grew up less than a half a mile away from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I was kind of spoiled as a kid. You know, we played wiffle ball, we played baseball, we went swimming, we got into trouble, and we came to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Almost, this may sound weird, but we came here almost every day. I would say probably once we were probably 8 to about 12 or 13 years old, we came here every day. We walked here. There was about a group of 5 of us. It was our our pack, I guess you would say. And, you know, even though this was a long time ago, I'm in my early 40s now, but as you know, things go up, prices go up, there's inflation, and you know, back then to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it was only about $4 or $5 to get in. Well, you know, we were just kids. We didn't have $4 or $5 every day to come to the Hall of Fame. So we figured out a system. Now, don't tell anybody about this because this is a true story. I can't make this kind of thing up. We made friends with one of the security guys inside the Hall of Fame. And we found out that he had he liked Kit Kat bars a lot. Okay? And his name was Tony. Tony was kind of a bigger dude, nicest guy, probably wouldn't hurt anybody. And he used to look at us like, did you guys pay to get in today? Yeah, sure, yeah. Well, I noticed you guys have been here since about 9 o'clock this morning. It's 4 o'clock now. Did you guys pay to get? Yeah, absolutely, Tony, we sure did. Now, Tony didn't know, but there used to be a policy here. You could tell the folks at the Hall of Fame, well, we're just going to go to the gift shop today. And they would just let you in. And then we would sneak off and go into the NFL Films Theater and we would watch movies all day long. Tony didn't know that we snuck in through the gift shop. One day, Tony caught us. And that's where the Kit Kat bars came in. We were good to go for the next 3 years. Tony retired, I think when we were all about 12 years old. And then it was kind of hard for us to get back in the Hall of Fame because back then it was like 11 or 12 bucks to get in. And that was the end of that. But we used to spend so much time here. And sometimes after we got done watching movies, after sneaking through the gift shop, we would sneak out into the bust area and see the busts of all the Hall of Famers that were here. And then we would go to the interactive places and we would look at the history of the game. We were just kids, but this was cool, man. This was the, we didn't realize what it was. To be honest with you, we were just kids out having a good time, running around. We loved all sports. But when we went to the Hall of Fame, it seemed just like it was like a getaway for us. It's a destination for people all over the world. But for us, because it was in our backyard, we didn't really know what we were doing. I mean, if you would tell kids today, and probably even adults, yeah, we went to the Hall of Fame 4 days this week. Yeah, that's pretty wild stuff. But I guess we just kind of got spoiled by it. And we spent a lot of time here. I still come back here a lot, obviously here for the Hall of Fame activities, the enshrinement. I haven't missed an enshrinement probably in 30 years. The Hall of Fame game. First NFL game I ever went to was the Hall of Fame game. It was between the Green Bay Packers and San Diego Chargers. It was 1980. And our luck, we got free tickets. We walked around. We got free tickets before the game. First Pro Football NFL Hall of Fame game to be canceled because of a thunderstorm in the third quarter. Everybody had to leave the stadium and go home. The game ended 3-3. And I said, oh, I can't wait to do this again next year. This is great. Thunderstorm, hail falling all over the place. I said, come on, fellas, let's walk back home. And that's what we did. But we came back the next year, the year after that. Got to see my first Browns game here against Atlanta in the late 80s. I got to watch teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Oakland Raiders, the Los Angeles Rams, the Dallas Cowboys, the Miami Dolphins. It's been a neat ride for a guy like me who's kind of a sports junkie, so to speak. Love basketball, adore baseball, but football has always been my first love. And I can see by some of the faces on the young men in the room, some pretty big men in here by the looks of it. I just saw somebody who was, 13 years old. He was like 6'7", 340 pounds. I said, what is going on with this? But I see some good athletes in here. And not only that, but just what I've observed, very respectful young men. Yes, sir, no, sir. Please and thank you, and that's all very important, fellas. You know, you can run and lift and jump, but you got to be respectful. You got to respect the game. You got to respect life. You got to respect your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, your coaches. That's what it's all about. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. Okay, and I'm sure that's going to be bestowed upon you with your mentors and people you're going to meet not only the rest of your life in sports, but in life. And once you get into the workplace and grow up and have families. And, you know, the old the white picket fence, and maybe you'll have a family someday, and the dog running around, and then you're going to look back at this and say, man, what a great ride. we had. You know what I mean? And you stay, I mean, you may meet people today, or you have met some people here this week. I'm not sure how long y'all have been here, but you're going to take these memories and these relationships with you the rest of your life. And nobody can ever take that away from you. It's like when the guys go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. A lot of the guys who get up and do the speeches, whether it's a Michael Irvin, a Troy Aikman, a Terry Bradshaw, you know, you can't ever get cut from the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. Nobody can tell you you have to leave. You can never not be good enough to play. You're here forever. And I know some of you probably have aspirations one day that once you get through high school and college, and if you're lucky enough, and when I say lucky, I mean that, if you're lucky enough to get in the NFL, maybe someday you'll come back here and there'll be a bust of you in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And maybe there's going to be some guys like me, and they're going to have a group of friends who are going to be a half mile up the block, and they're going to come here and they're going to see you every day. I don't think they're going to be able to sneak in, but they're going to try to come in here, and they may see you someday. And maybe you'll be here 3, 5, 10 years after you get inducted into the Hall of Fame. You'll have your kids here, what have you, say, hey, there's my bust right there. This is what I had to do to get here. Keep it on the straight and narrow, man. It's worth it, okay? Again, thank you all for coming today. We're going to now get ready for dinner. We have a wonderful guest speaker coming up today.
You should be able to hold up. Everything's out in the open. Oh, that is so cool. You put it out to all the high school coaches. Wait, hold up. Next year you have 3 coaches, 3 high schools doing it. But the next year you can say, well, they don't have to go somewhere. Cross-eyed. Cross-eyed. Show me. Cross-eyed. But they want to do it, and it's open every year. It's not.
Hey, Mason.
Every guy, you don't have to just be the only school to do it. Then
you're like, what? I took it. You were like this, and I was like, what? Just now?
Let me see.
Look, he's like right here, like, look. Hey, look. It's all exploded.
Let me see. He's just pondering.
He's like,
Middle Jaguar quarterback Bryson Spinner. All right, that's our loudest ovation of the day. So for our next coach, you guys got to bring it. Got to bring it strong, all right? Team USA Silver is led by head coach from Ohio's Portsmouth High School, Jason Sparks. Coaches, on behalf of USA Football, the play sport, which we love it, and it's called football. I know the privilege to introduce now a very distinguished guest here this evening. First time I met Jason, I didn't have to ask what sport he played the first time I ran into him. Matter of fact, I think he bruised my hand when I shook it earlier today, but that's all right. Former NFL player and resident of the great state of Ohio. His name is Jason Carthen, Dr. Jason Carthen. He was born in Decatur, Alabama, graduated from Scott High School in Toledo, which is about 2.5 hours northwest of Canton, Ohio. He played at Ohio University from 1989 to 1992. He was voted team MVP in his senior year and is the all-time leader in sacks, tackles for loss, and caused fumbles. He played in the National Football League as an outside linebacker for the Patriots. Now, he was injured in 1995 after signing a free agent contract with Jacksonville. After recovering from his injury, he played 1 more year in NFL Europe with the Rhine Fire. From 1996 to 97, he led the league in special teams tackles. He knows all about being a versatile kind of guy. He also knows heart, he knows teamwork, and he is the embodiment of passion. You need those things to get through. He is currently a highly sought after international speaker and consultant in the areas of leadership, business, and identifying your purpose in life. Dr. Carthen now serves as the founder and chief executive officer of Redeemed Management and Consulting, LLC. Since the company was formed, RMC has developed a reputation as a respected and highly regarded consulting firm dedicated to helping organizations achieve their desired goals. Prior to forming Redeemed Management and Consulting, Dr. Carton was involved with many successful entrepreneurial endeavors and charity-focused initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. You're going to love it. On behalf of USA Football and the USA National Football Team, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Jason Carton.
How's everybody doing this evening? You ready to go? Yeah. All right, good stuff. I've heard some great things about the competition this week. Sounds like it was pretty impactful. People were running around doing some great things out there. Is that true? Yeah. Showing out a little bit? All right, wait, that was kind of weak. Were you showing out a little bit? Yeah. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to talk to you tonight. I'm going to go over 4 things that you're going to need to unlock greatness in your life. 4 things to unlock greatness in your life, okay? But before I do that, I want to share a little bit of how I even come before you today. And really what's taking place in my life, because I remember sitting where you're sitting at. I remember competing at a very high level, okay? Very high level. But during that period of time, I didn't have someone to tell me how to be great in life. I grew up without a father, never knew my dad. I had tremendous adversity. I know we've experienced some adversity even here tonight, okay? And parents, we want to apologize to you for some of the seating issues. Don't take that against us. We know that all of you are very important, okay? We want to let you know that. And thank you for being here on the 4th of July. Now, thinking back to my days of not knowing my dad and not knowing what my purpose was supposed to be in life, I could have went either way, young man. I could have went either way because the street was calling. The street was calling. The street was saying, hey, come do this. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to do anything like that in life. But for me, we got a lot of feedback here. What do we need to do? I want to make this pleasant for everybody. Stay back here. Now I'm a walker. You want me to? I used to fly around the field, and you want me to stand in one spot? That's how you get cut. I am a walker. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I'm getting off script here, but they told me the eye in the sky does not lie. When you watch film, if you're just standing around a pile, then you're the one that's either going to get hit when everything is stopped, or you won't be on the field long, okay? So you need to run around and make things happen at the end of the day. But through adversity, you know, everyone needs their theme music, you know? You know, I didn't have my theme music. This is perfect. I feel it right at home. So you're going to have adversity, but let me tell you something. When I was going through what I was going through in life, there was a lot of variables. Not having my dad was one. Also living in poverty, not having anything in that way. But I chose to figure out what is my purpose in life. What is my purpose in life? The only way, men, that you're going to unlock greatness in your life is to understand why you are here. Why you are doing what you're doing. I was having a great conversation at the table with Bobby, and he was poking fun. He's over there from Jersey, and you know, I said, I'm just going to love on him because, you know, the Jets don't win anything. They can't win anything. They can't even win a raffle. So, I said, you know, the wrong thing to do is to talk to somebody that's going to have a mic, okay? I'll get you back. But here's the reality. All that adversity and not having someone in my life to tell me, son, this is what you need to do. Pouring into me and to speak life to me, I didn't have that. But, all those coaches that were introduced, my coach spoke into my life. He began me walking down a path to greatness. Was I hard-headed? Absolutely. Did I push back? Absolutely. That is basic cognitive human behavior. you're going to test how far you can go. And that's for the parents. You don't give up on us. At the end of the day, you keep speaking life into these young men, giving them a firm foundation upon which to build and to blast off from into greatness. But it's an everyday thing. And then you have to do what you're supposed to do as well, because this is where it begins. It's not when you get to D1 ball. It's not when you get to the National Football League. It's right now. The types of behaviors, the type of character that you're building right now is going to go with you throughout life. If you choose to embrace it. If you choose to embrace it. Okay? So, purpose. Understanding why you are here. How do you become purpose-driven? How do you become purpose-filled every day? For what you're doing as an athlete, you need to get involved in other things, not just playing sports. You need to be civically engaged. You need to volunteer. You need to be a good citizen. Go out and give back. That will make you a well-rounded person so you can be exceptional in life. That's the first step. If you don't understand what your purpose is, you will go through life without a rudder. Any shiny thing that you see, you'll go after it. It's almost like a draw play. Quarterback is doing this, safety's gonna bite. We got an issue, right? Where the coaches at? Where the coaches at? Oh, they outside? What is this? The coaches not in here? They need to learn something too, right, fellas? Yeah, oh, you'll get excited about that. Okay, but here's the thing. Without purpose, you get distracted, man. Without purpose, you get distracted. You need to know every day while you're rolling out of the bed. You need to know when you darken the doors of that school that you're going to, while you are there, you're laying a foundation for your life. Mark my words, if you do not hear anything else that I say to you tonight, if you do not have a purpose in your life, you will walk aimlessly and you will have an unfulfilled life. And we'll come back to that, okay? Went on to Ohio University, had an exceptional career at OU. Man, I'm a shadow of what I used to be. 250 pounds now. When I was playing, I was 280, 9% body fat. I squatted over 865 pounds and pressed 565 pounds. I still hold all the records for lifting at OU. If you go down there and you look in the stadium, my name is still up there. All that stuff. But man, if you were to see me on the street, would you know anything about that? You wouldn't care anything about that. Because the records and the helmet, all that stuff you have to take off one day. That stuff doesn't matter at the end of the day. But the type of person, the type of character that you exhibit, the type of relationships that you cultivate and grow in your life, that is what you will be remembered by. That allows you to sow seeds of greatness in other people's lives and also to unlock your very own. To unlock your very own. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to pour into other people and help them to greatness. That's why I'm standing in front of you today. Yes, I played in the National Football League, had a lot of success. Okay, that was great. One day, one play changed my whole life. One day, one play changed my whole life. Now I'm just going to pause there for a second. Whenever we put on those pads, you are subject to either greatness that day or the rude, harsh awakening that could be over in an instant. So we don't take for granted when we put on the pads. You go to battle every time with all that you have, with everything that's in you. Because that day, I had no idea that my life would be irrevocably changed from that point forward. You see, because, young man, I thought that my destiny was to play football. I thought I was going to play for 15, 20 years. I thought I was just going to keep going, doing all these great things. Remember, I didn't know what my purpose was. No, my destiny was to play ball. was salty. I was very upset because I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. I thought that was it, nothing else. And I was so wrong. I was so wrong. So when I was injured, that gave me a chance to really understand what I was supposed to be doing. I began to volunteer, began to do different things in the community, began to really understand I feel good when I give back to others. I feel good when I help people reach their goals at the end of the day. When it's not all about me. And fellas, I can tell you right now, as long as you think it's all about you, you're not going to be as successful. You got to give to others as much as you can. Be a good citizen, be a good brother, be a good son, be a good friend in life. And then you will truly excel at anything that you touch. At anything that you touch. Okay? After that injury, came back, rehab, played some more, excited about it. That was a great thing. I began to understand what I was passionate about. Remember, purpose, passion, the next one. Began to understand that, you know what? I love playing this game, but I love going all around the city and talking to young people. I love trying to give them a hand up so they understand next steps in life. That became my passion. The only way you're going to ignite your passion is if you seek things out. Seek opportunities to work in your sweet spot. When you do that, you're not only on the journey to your purpose, but you can become very passionate about it. Now, the next thing, persistence. We got 4 P's working here. Your third one is persistence. Whenever you think about being persistent, always remember that you have to be very resilient. Trials are going to come. Things are going to give you a difficult time in life. It can be something as simple as math. For some people, it can be what you're going to eat in the morning because you may be experiencing poverty in life, okay? But I learned something a long time ago. When you are persistent, when you are resilient, you can overcome any challenge that gets in your way. No matter what it is, you can overcome it. But you must be disciplined in order to make that happen. And one thing about being resilient, when you experience adversity, you may feel like it's going to break you down. But the next time you experience that same adversity, it'll be much easier for you. It'll be easier for you to handle because you will have been there before and you will have made it through at that point. Okay? So, even though you're going to experience adversity, different things are going to happen in your life. It's going to make you stronger at the end of the day. I remember one play, I'll never forget this. We were getting ready to kick off. And, I'm all set, I'm ready to go. I made a couple of tackles, had a lot of success with that. Getting ready to run down the field, and I didn't see my guy. He had been there and I already made a couple of tackles, and I didn't really understand, like, okay, where's he at? I'm thinking, oh, this is good, I'm excited, I don't see him. Okay, here we go. And we kicked the ball off, flying down the field. I'm going, all I see is the return. So I'm running, then all of a sudden, I hear, yeah, baby, boom. I was like this, airborne, everybody. I was officially decleated. Officially. I was in the air, flying through the air. We played the Buffalo Bills, and I'm thinking, what just happened? And all I remember, that will haunt me, yeah, baby. I will never forget that. What I had done, I had totally got suckered into it. I thought this guy is wide open, I can get this guy. And what they did, they had looped the guy around because I had made some plays. They looped him around and I wasn't paying attention. Got up the next play. I said, yep, you got me, but it's on. And then after that, my best day, because I was persistent. If I had become down, if I wasn't resilient, then I would have just been looking the rest of the day, looking around, running down the field. But instead, I was ready to go. That was my wake-up call. All of you, make sure you're wide awake with this thing called life. Give it your all every day. And trials are going to come, man. Ask your parents. Trials are going to come. But it's how you deal with those trials. It's whether or not you snap back from it. Whether or not you realize this is all part and parcel of life. And I'm growing and developing as I go through life. The last piece, partnership. Partnership. None of you have gotten to this point by yourselves. You are standing on the shoulders of others that have gone before you. You are not the first one to participate in this. You won't be the last one. That's some more theme music. Okay? You will not be the last one. But your reality is this. This is your opportunity to shine. And through partnership, by being here, by linking with your brothers on this field, by honoring your parents with your effort, by honoring your parents with your effort, I'll let you marinate in that for a second. Your parents sacrificed something for you to be here. You should honor them whenever you put on those cleats. Whether it's in word or deed, you honor them because they have sacrificed something. And they're your first partners when we talk about partnership. There'll be opportunities to play, keep playing, going through life, being successful, all that great stuff. But don't forget how you got here. Don't forget that someone else blazed the trail for you at the end of the day. And you will show the content of your character by respecting them at every chance that you have. So, the 4 P's, everybody. Say them with me. Purpose. Purpose. That was weak. Say it with me. Purpose. Purpose. Who's that? I like that little guy. I like that little guy. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, side story. We're going to go back to the 4 P's. But do you see how young people are? When they are unrestrained and they are not paralyzed by fear, we lose that the older we get. And the reality is, we need that just as much as we need the air that we breathe. Be open to new opportunities. The little guy's like, purpose. He doesn't care who's looking. Daddy's embarrassed. He's like, oh. He's not looking at me. Where's his mother? You know? There she is. Good job, Mom. That's okay. And she didn't do the mom move, because you know some moms would be like, gosh. But we all need that youthful exuberance, okay? So, purpose. Passion. Persistence. And partnership. Last thing, how do we activate those 4 things? How do we activate those 4 things? Courage. Courage, everybody. We all, on this 4th of July, need to remember that we need to have courage every day. Courage to dream, courage to risk, courage to try and help someone who may need your help. We have become a society that pulls into our garages, shuts the doors down, and we go on in and watch TV. Gone are the days of taking a risk of saying hi to your neighbor and saying, how are you? Is there anything I can do to help you? Or let me help you cut your grass? We've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from taking risk. There's no way you're going to activate your purpose, your passion, and then the last 2, like we just talked about, your ability to be persistent and then partner with others. You cannot activate that if you are not courageous. We have gotten away from that. And at the end of the day, we cheat ourselves out of opportunities for greatness. We cheat ourselves out of opportunities to help others and make our neighborhood first, and then our cities, and then our state, and then ultimately our countries even better. Because we're not courageous like we should be. And if that's not you, then I'm not talking to you. But if it is you, we have to have courage. And it starts with how we parent these young men, how we give back in our communities, and how we make a difference in everything that we touch. You all have the ability to influence others to greatness. I'm going to end with a story. Even though we've talked about the 4 points, even though we've talked about being courageous to actually activate those, everyone in here under the sound of my voice has the ability to influence. One thing that I want you to remember, I've had the privilege of traveling all over the world and doing my research. I've written several books and articles, all these different things. I had the privilege of seeing where the Battle of Thermopylae took place, where the Persians thought that they were going to subjugate the Spartans. When they said, you know what, we're just going to run you over. We're going to run you over. We're going to take what's yours. We're going to take your women, your children. We're going to take your very lives. And it took King Leonidas to stand up and say to them, no, you're not. I know what my purpose is. And if I have to die to protect my people, if I have to die to be exceptional as a king, as a warrior, as someone who has the ability to influence for generations upon generations, then that's what I will do. I saw, when I was standing over there, King Leonidas in effigy. This statue was roughly, I don't know, it was up to the ceiling in here, in all his battle regalia. And it made me remember when the movie came out, 300. One scene in that movie made it for me when we talk about influence. One scene in that movie made me remember that we all have a part to play. It was a narrative about sacrifice and influence. And it clearly said, if any free soul should come across this place, in the countless centuries still yet to be, may our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell a Spartan passerby that here, because of Spartan law, we lie. If you sacrifice all to influence others to greatness, not only will you be great, not only will you be great, but you will allow others to walk into their destiny unfettered, unrestrained, with a level of passion that cannot be matched. This is not a game, parents. Young men, this is not a game. You got one shot at this thing called life. One shot. When it's done, it's done. Nothing else will be written about you. And that's how you will be remembered. Parents and young men. I've played at the highest level. I've achieved greatest things. But this is what matters to me. Giving back, pouring into you, and making sure you are fully equipped and you have heard, if nothing else. It's your choice if you choose to embrace it, but you have heard. And there's going to always be those that joke, giggle, don't take it seriously. Always. Don't let that stop you from being exceptional. All right? Thank you so much for listening. I always consider it a privilege and time at the end for questions. If you have questions, we'll take 10 minutes or so. If you have any questions for me, feel free. This is your time. No questions? Okay. What other questions? No other questions? That's surprising. Yes, sir.
What was the opposing player that you respected the most and why?
Barry Sanders, hands down. I have not played in a long time, and when Barry was playing, it was just amazing to watch him. He was so low to the ground, it was very difficult to tackle him. And when you got there to tackle him, you didn't like it too much. He still would hit you, and I think, who are inside linebackers in here? So we got a few. You fellas better rep. If you're inside backer, throw your hand up. Okay. Do you like it when the running backs come at you really low? Say that again? No, okay. He said no. There's a reason why. It's hard to wrap them up when they're coming at you that low. Okay, so that wasn't a good thing. Great question. What other questions? It's your opportunity.
They have one over there. I think they're trying.
Got one over here? You guys are acting shy. No questions? Now, one thing that I learned too, as I was growing up, you don't miss opportunities for people to pour into you. And the reason why I say that, you may have your eyes set on the National Football League. You may want to learn what it's going to take one day to even make it to a D1 school. And this is your chance to ask some questions, and as much as you can maximize your moments, don't take them for granted. Always ask. And that's adults too. I mean, if there's anything that you want to ask about the process or any of that. All right, little guy. Got your hand up again. Go ahead.
Were you growing when you were sneaking through the gift shop?
Okay. I wasn't the one that was going through the gift shop. But I will say something though. Again, young people, they will put you on Front Street every chance they get. That's how they are. Great question. Who else? Back there in the back.
A lot of these young players believe that they will not be a success if they don't go to the Alabamas and the LSU. And they need to realize you went to Ohio University.
Mm-hmm. All right, great assessment there. Fellas, let me just kind of piggyback on what he just shared. If you have it, I mean, I'm not going to try and like fake you out and say everybody in here is going to make it to a D1 school or anything like that. If you have it, they will find you. They will find you. Now, I didn't have a lot of time here tonight with you, but sometimes I'll share the entirety of the story, but I was one of the highest recruited high school players for offense. I played tight end. I had all these, I was all state, all Northeast Ohio, all that stuff. And touchdowns, catching touchdowns, running after, catching the ball, all that stuff. And I had Pitt, Ohio State, Florida State, Tennessee, all the MAC schools. And I had just buckets of letters. And through all that adversity I experienced in my life, I allowed my mother to choose my school as my way of honoring her. That was my way of honoring her. Because she worked, I don't know how many hours to make sure we were okay. And through that level of trying to honor her, she picked OU. I went down to OU, and you all hear about OU now. You know, you see them all, and they're doing some great stuff. It wasn't like that when I was playing. We had to fight for cleats. I mean, it was bad, you know. I mean, you had to go in there, and Pittsburgh told me, they said, well, you're not going to do anything. So they said, you're not going to do anything if you go down there. And I took that as, okay, well, I'm going to have to do something. Okay. And sure enough, Kervin Richards was at Pittsburgh. We went and played them, had 2 sacks, tackled him for loss, hawked him down on the sidelines. Still got the picture on my Facebook page. That's right. So, hawked him down on the sidelines. And And remember saying to the coach, doesn't matter, if you can play, they'll find you, okay? So don't get your heart set on going to just O-State. Yeah, it was great. Going down there, having your name up on the horseshoe, all that stuff, it's great. But the measure of a man is based upon your character, no matter where you are. Your circumstances will not dictate your outcome unless you let it. So it doesn't matter where you play. If you bring it on every play, I had something like 56 tackles for loss when my time was done at OU. They'll find you. It doesn't matter. So that's great. Fellas in the back, yes. To the left.
How hard was it, and what kind of sacrifices did you have to make to overcome the obstacles to get where you wanted to be in life?
Great question. You said how hard was it and what sort of obstacles did I have to overcome in order to make it where I am in life? And I didn't plant him in the audience. That was a great question. I had to overcome a lot of obstacles. Okay, we talked about the initial stuff with poverty in my youth, but then even being, for the guys that think it's going to be simple, once you make it, okay, when you get to D1 ball or wherever you're going to play at, that's when the hard work starts. That's when you really have to buckle down and be disciplined. And for me, I had to develop habits of excellence. I finished OU in 3 years with 2 degrees and began my master's. Oh, wow. Thank you for that. I mean, I appreciate that. And for me, the discipline had to be there. I knew that I wanted to be successful, and I didn't know if the football thing was going to take me where I wanted to go. But one thing I did know is that having those degrees, no one can take those away from me. That's what allowed me to, after retiring from the National Football League, go to Harvard. Going to get my PhD, going to write. My whole life now is serving others and equipping others for greatness. No small task, everybody. All the adults will tell you in here, just because you get a degree, just because you get a job, that doesn't satisfy you in life. If you're not operating in your purpose, you can have all the money in the world. You can have beautiful homes, cars, vacation homes, whatever. But if you're not operating in your purpose, that is a miserable existence. Because every day you will ask yourself, what if? Or am I doing what I'm called to do? How am I making a difference? And money does not quench that thirst. So, a lot of adversity, discipline, every day for the adults and the young people in this room. You must have a life of discipline. If you are not disciplined with what you do, every day there will be wasted activity. Little things will catch your eye and you will just get veered off and you won't be operating in your purpose. That was something that I had to learn a long time ago. Okay? The gentleman in the middle. Good in football, but I began to realize I love playing this game. Love playing the game. And the bad part was, I played offense at first. So I love, catching the ball and going across the line and, it's like I did. That was a good thing. When I got the D1 ball at OU, they just switched all of that. They said, we want you to play defense. It's going to be thankless. You're going to have to react to everything they do. They know where they're going. You're going to have to react to them and deal with it and all this stuff. And I thought, wow, why do I play this game? I play it because I love it. Not for the accolades, not for the touchdowns and all that stuff, okay? So it was a gradual understanding that I love this game. Sure, I could have played basketball, but football was good. Still good. Got a lot of great memories. You know how sometimes, for example, sometimes you see Bill Parcells and you think he's a rough guy, mean guy, and it's true. He is something else. Every day when we showed up at practice, you never knew what you were going to get, okay? And I have stories, not only playing under him, but playing, you know, D1 ball as well, and all the other things that were exposed to me that I will never forget. And it helped shape who I am, how I deal with things, the adversity part we talked about, and then also long-term goals. It helped shape that. Last couple of questions, all right. Right there in the back, brown shirt.
Two-part question. Could you please convey to these young men, you said you got 2 degrees in 3 years. Explain to them the academic commitment.
Yes. Sure.
Secondly, you said you love playing football. And that went away. How hard a transition was that to shift your paradigm to get to where you are now?
Great. You know, again, this brother was not planted in the back. I mean, these are long-term questions, and then I have to tell you this, okay? My reality was, when you want to be successful, when you want to be great in life, you must have a plan. You must have a plan. All of you got to this building today. All of you either drove here or you got something to get here, or you walked here. But you had a plan of action to get here. Your life should be the same way. At year 10, at year 15, at year 20, you should have milestones that you're going after. You should have a plan. I had a plan. Even though, and this is to your first question, even though I knew I was having a lot of success with sports, I also knew that sports only last for a season. They only last for a time. And then you have to do something different. And then, right now, if you're not planning, then at the end of the day, you will be caught flat-footed. You won't have a plan. My secondary plan was my education. That was my secondary plan. And that was not a small thing, because it was very demanding to get those 2 degrees. It was very demanding because every summer I went to summer school. There's this thing that happens in D1 ball. When you get ready to play in the fall, you have a reduced schedule. It's not your call. It's the coach's call. And you have a reduced schedule, and if you're not careful, then you'll be behind at the end of your 4 years. For me, I went, sat down with my guidance counselor and said, hey, I want to make sure I'm done by this period of time. I want to maximize my time here. The same thing in life. Got to have a plan. And so every year, summer school, stayed there. Everybody else may have been partying, doing whatever. I was there, I was working as an RD, resident director, on campus, and going to school, making sure I caught up all that time that I lost in the fall. And still, the crazy thing was, man, gave me an opportunity to have my cleats on every day, on the field, in the weight room. And so when we had 110 qualifiers when I came back, I mean, you know what that is, a 110 qualifier. You had 18 110s that you had to run out of 36 seconds. 110 yards. You had to qualify. If you did not, then either it showed that you were playing games, or you were just, you weren't serious when you went home. A lot of people didn't qualify because they were rapid fire. And so your ability to be disciplined away from campus was tested. If you went back home and said, I'm just going to hang out and not do anything, it showed. So not only did I have the opportunity to go to school, but I also was very disciplined with my working out. To your last point, very difficult transition, because cognitively, this question was, how do you transition, after you're done playing? Cognitively, a lot of my research deals with how people think through things. And the transition from the National Football League to a normal life, you go from 6 figures to my first check when I came back to normal life, something like $569. And I thought, who said that's a lot of money? What's wrong with you? That ain't no money. That was difficult. That was very difficult because cognitively, you are tied up in thinking that, and all the adults in here can relate. You're caught up in thinking that your job is who you are. And I thought football, that's who I am. What do you mean I'm done? So I have to retire at 27? What do you mean? And so making the leap dealt with maturity. You have to say to yourself, my life now can be positioned for greatness, and you walk on that path to it. That was it. You have to make that transition. Many men don't make that transition. And their personalities are in such a way that they say, okay, that's all I was able to do. I don't have anything to fall back on, so now I don't have anything to give back to society. And then they do something foolish. They do something foolish. Okay? Now, one thing. We all see the headlines. We all see all the negative things in sports. We see the headlines about New England and all that stuff up there. Our reality is, you be that person that's not going to succumb to that foolishness. You be that person that only hangs with good people. You be that person that sets the tempo in life so others watch you and do what you do and emulate you. There's a reason that you are here today. There's a reason that you hear me today. You may never see me again. You may never see me again. If you take one nugget from what I have shared with you tonight, you will be so much closer to your destiny and unlocking greatness in your lives. Okay? All right, the young man in the back, last two questions, because I don't want to hijack you here. Go ahead.
Well, I do have two questions.
Go ahead, you're fine. If it's okay with everybody else, is everybody okay with the questions? Good?
How many days a week, when you were like high school, trying to get D1 ball, how many days a week did you train? And then, second question, did you go outside and talk to like the silver and blue team in person?
I'd love to. That would be my privilege. I'll do that after this. I wish they could have been in here. That would have been great. You know what? The question was, how often did I train at this age? At this age, you know, first of all, your metabolism is so much higher, when you get, the adults are here like, I know. My wife got that honey-do list, I ain't got to it yet. A lot of stuff changes when you get past high school. Okay? But here's the reality. When I was in high school, you know, metabolism was high. I could eat whatever I wanted. I could train, you know, just without a lot of rest. We used to do 3-a-days. Did 3-a-days. We began with the hills. We call them the hills. Because we had to run the hills, run them up, and you had to run them down. Okay? And then we run 5 to 10 miles after that. Okay? Yeah. Now, the thing was, though, recovery time was amazing. At your age, recovery time is amazing, okay? It's not gonna always be like that. Take it from me. It's not gonna always be like that. But here's the reality. There's also this funny thing that happens. You have a lot of elasticity right now at your age, okay? As you get older, you have to be very careful with that. So right now, even at the college ranks, D1 and even pro, especially when you get to the NFL, if you get to the NFL, pretty much only have about 3 days that you're really working out hard. But at your age, you can probably go 3, 4 days, but make sure you're doing alternating things. Never taxing your body so much because you have this illusion that you're bulletproof at this age. And you're really not. You can tear something and that'll change everything in your life. Okay? Yes, sir.
Who was the person in your life that really inspired you? You know, like you were, I want to be this person, I want to inspire people, I want to live my life like this person lives their life.
Well, you said who was the person that inspired me and I want to be like this person? That's hard because when I didn't have someone I could emulate, I would look. There's a lot of people that poured into my life. A lot of people, from people that would give me meals when I didn't have meals, when I was growing up, okay? To a coach, Clarence Price, he was my high school coach. Very in your face, you're gonna do this to be successful, make it happen, that sort of thing. He was very influential in my life. But I would have to say it was not until later, and I had the opportunity to connect with Cornelius Bennett. How many of you remember Cornelius Bennett, Buffalo? Yeah, Biscuit. Biscuit and I are great. We call him Biscuit. Nobody calls him Cornelius. He might want to fight you if you call him Cornelius. I don't know. But we call him Biscuit. And he's prototype. If you stand us next to each other, just alike. You know, I'm a little bit bigger than he is. And he's going on great now, too. I crack on him when I see him. It's like, wow. But I watched him because he was a prototype outside linebacker. And he was good. Just a great guy. But not only that, he spoke life. He would bring me alongside and say, hey, you know what, I know you're thinking about doing these different things, and make sure you have this covered, that covered, all these different things. So it was a number of people that spoke into my life. But with intentionality, my high school coach, and then college, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but in college, I was very instrumental in trying to help other people. I had a lot of success in college, and just focused on doing the right things all the time. And then in the league, Cornelius had a great deal to speak to me and encourage me with things. Okay? All right, good. No more questions? All right, good stuff. It's been my privilege. Thank you.
That was pretty good stuff, huh? Pretty good stuff, man. Yeah, baby. Good stuff. I want to thank there we go. Appreciate that. I want to thank Dr. Jason Carthen again for an outstanding talk. And I know when you walk out of this room tonight, especially our young men, you're gonna take a lot of wisdom with you, put that into practice, and you're gonna be well on your way. I want to thank everybody again for coming out tonight. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. This is going to conclude the dinner activities and the talk, but please enjoy the tour of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and take it all in, and we'd love to see you back here again sometime in the near future. Thank you again, and good luck, and a safe trip back. Thank you.